In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can make any circular shaped chart with ease. First, we're going to take a look at the different techniques of making a simple pie chart. Then we'll make some beautiful examples of a donut chart and a circular progress bar type chart. To create custom charts in Figma, you need to get comfortable with the arc tool. Let's draw an ellipse and hover over to the right side of it. You'll see a little handle there that says arc. Click and drag up and you'll see some additional values appearing in the right sidebar. Start, sweep, and ratio. Start point is pretty self-explanatory. This is the starting point position in degrees, where the sector begins. Sweep is a number in percentages of how much of the circle is filled. And the third value, ratio, gives you the option to change the circle to a ring. This is perfect for donut charts, and we'll take a look at it later. You can also edit these values just by dragging the handles on the canvas. By default, the starting point of an arc in Figma sits in the middle of the right side. Instead of adjusting the start point, let's rotate the layer itself by 90 degrees to get this into a right position, top center. That way the starting point will remain at 0. Now, let's get on to creating our chart. Let's use 20% for our first sector, duplicate it, change the starting point and the value, and move on to the next one until you're finished. If you want to be more precise with your positioning, there's a better way to handle that. It involves some math, but it's super easy once you get a hang of it. This is especially useful when you have lots of sectors with odd values and you want everything to line up nicely at the end. So let's start over and input the same 20% value for the first sector. Now we want to divide the percentage of the previous sector by 100, which is 0.2 in our case. Let's use that as a starting point for the second sector and multiply it by 360. This will place the element exactly where it needs to be. For the next elements, we need to add plus to the existing value. And once again, add the percentage of a previous sector divided by 100. And then multiply it by 360. Hope that made sense. Now, on to the fun part. Let's draw some examples using the methods we learned and see how we can improve these things even further. Let's draw a donut chart this time. Select all the sectors and increase the ratio value. I'll set it at 65% in this case. And here's your donut chart, easy. Now you can go on and add border radius and maybe some borders with the same color as your background to add some gap between sectors. Let's also add some value labels with the percentages and a legend. Let's also try out a circular progress bar. I'll get rid of the labels and the legend and only keep the first sector here. Now, let's put the ratio at 100% and flip the colors by pressing Shift-X. Get rid of the fill and let's use it as a stroke with rounded corners. Let's add our different sectors for this one too and give them different colors like before. Let's also give this a more progress bar feeling with using a dotted line as a background. I'll also add some dummy text and experiment with some hover interaction examples. And that's it. Hope you learned something new and useful. If you did, liking the video helps me out a ton. Peace.